These are our friends. We'll switch to English. They will have a master class in English. These are our friends from Bulgaria, from Meg's organization. Nikolai on my left side, Pavel Petrov, and Pavel on my right side. Yeah. Okay. So we prepared a lot. Actually, they prepared a lot of material for you. Prepared questions for them, and I'll be only a moderator here. So, who's gonna start?
I'm gonna start just one.
Okay, sir.
Dobro večer svima, ili se čujemo? E, Evo samo jedna stvar, hteo sam to da pišem u grupi, ali kao ajde bolje da to saopštimo sad kada smo svi ovde zajedno. Dakle, na osnovu ova prethodna 2 dana, dakle sredu i četvrtak, moram da dam jedan kratak komentar. Čini mi se da kreću stvari da se dešavaju isto kao što se dešavalo i prošle sezone. I to nam se uopšte ne dopada. Šta u suštini hoću da vam kažem? Hoću da vam kažem da u prvoj sezoni imali smo 94 kandidata, otprilike 30 plus 30 i neki broj njih je nastavilo i dalje sa nama ovaj proces u koji smo krenuli prošle godine. I oni su tu zato što su bili redovni i zato što su to zaslužili i zato su i dalje tu sa nama i zato oni rastu i njihov kvalitet raste. Ali bilo ih je 94, a završilo ih je 30. Sada nas ima 180. Sinoć je bilo na nastupu da podrži svoje kolege 20 vas. Dakle, svega 20 od 180 je došlo da podrži svoje kolege. Ja razumem da imate obaveza, da imate poslove, svi mi nešto radimo i svi smo u nekim obavezama. Niko ne traži od vas da dođete ovde i da budete celu noć ili ne znam ja šta. Ali mislim da kogod je iz Beograda može da odvoji pola sata, sat vremena, da dođe da ispoštuje prvo nas kao organizaciju, da ispoštujete svoje kolege, jer sutra će doći red na vas da vi radite i tak vaš kolega apsolutno ima pravo da ne dođe da podrži vas, jer su se takve stvari prošle godine dešavale. Zašto bi kolega Wrong Call, koji je sinoć nastupao i bio sjajan, dakle bili su stvarno sjajni izvođači i baš mi je žao što niste imali prilike to da čujete. Bili smo svi tu i svi smo dok svaki izvođač nastupa, mi komentarišemo, mi učimo. Dakle, propustate ne samo vaše kolegu koji vrti muziku, već propuštate i te neke analize koje se dešavaju u sklopu tog programa. Naravno i izvođači koji nastupaju, ako vas ima 4, pa ja sam siguran da imate 10 drugara koje možete da zamolite da dođu, da vas podrže kada nastupate u klubu. To je već 40 ljudi. Tako da neka ta, kako bih rekao, opuštenost od starta, sam hteo sad da u startu da vam kažem da nije to dobar put. Jednostavno dođete pola sata, sat vremena, popijete piće, dakle niko ne traži od vas previše, ali u svakom slučaju poštujte kolege ako mislite sutra da kolege poštuju vas. Eto, toliko od mene. Hvala.
Bravo je profa. Bravo je sve. Okay, now we can continue. So, okay. Who's gonna start first? Pavel.
Hello, everyone. I know our languages are very similar, but I kind of understand like 30% of what you're saying. Probably is the same for you. First, I want to congratulate our colleagues from Kult for the whole initiative Code Talents, because this is something really important for me. I tried to do something similar in Bulgaria like a couple of years ago when we opened Exec Club. Maybe some of you know about our events and our venues in Bulgaria. Anyway, then it didn't happen. We had like 50 people, and maybe I just didn't. I had no time to develop the whole project as I wished to want. But what I see here, it's like I heard about 180 people and numbers like this. Only young people, young talents, which is amazing actually. And yeah, so congratulations to you, and good luck to everyone. Basically, today I was more prepared about production, but I've been told that most of you are like more DJ oriented, so it's better to go for like a Q&A. You can ask me questions about. Oh, do you hear me by the way? Yeah. Okay. You can ask me questions, and me and Nikolai Kirov, which is the head of the booking crew of the whole exit company, and also fuck it, you say it.
I run the operations at Exe, and I also run the booking. So I'm head of artist programming for all of, like the festivals and everything we do. I work with artists. I have my own artists that I manage and I do bookings for. So quite a lot of stuff. But I'll tell you after Pavel finishes.
Yeah, so basically from the beginning, I'll start from just 5 minutes introduction for Exe and our events. The idea before 10 years was just to build up something who can involve more and more people into electronic music, because we live in the Balkans, and I said it again, Balkans. I said it again. And there's a lot of wrong music, which it's going on around, like folk, chalga, and stuff like that. You know it all. And basically, we wanted to involve all these people, confused people, which listen to this music, to come to our events, buy tickets, and see how cool is this. Because it doesn't matter which genre it is. Every EDM, electronic dance music, is it has certain vibe. It brings you to a vibe, and you just stay there, enjoy. You can talk, you can feel different emotions than just listening to that crappy music in the other clubs. So that's what's happened, and for 3 years we built up events for more than 3, 4, 5,000 people. Now we're going to 6. We had an event for New Year's Eve with 13,000 people, and for small Bulgaria, that's a lot. That's a huge number for us. And I never believed in that, but basically the whole world started watching. Like, the whole world knows what's Exit in Serbia, and basically the whole world knows what's Exe in Bulgaria, and now we're on the map, and that makes me very happy. That's why I'm here with you guys. So yeah, if you it's here. If you want, we can start with the question, because I saw there's 7 or 8 lists with more than 150 people questions. So, it's your question. Oh, I got it. Okay, that's a lot of questions then. Fuck it. So I don't know. You choose the fighter because you know the program and everything. So you let me know how we proceed from here. Yep. We're trying to set up the sound because unfortunately we had no time to do the sound checks and everything. But as you can see, I'm kind of ready for it. So yeah. That's my special. So yeah.
Čujemo. Okay, these questions are combined, like from us, from them. They have their own questions, but let's start with this to start the flow, and then we'll continue with the question of our talents. So the first question is, when did you realize that wanted to pursue music, DJ, and production? How that started? How you ended up in this role?
Okay, that's funny. I was selling clothes in one store in one mall, and my manager was he was listening to electronic music. And before that, I heard about that, but it was so long ago. I'm old. I'm 38. Fuck it. So he was like, listen to this, and I was bringing some CDs with Limp Bizkit, Beyonce, Godsmack, and some mixed up shit. Good shit, by the way. But he was like, no, you gotta listen to this. So I started listening to Hernan Catano back in the days. I don't know who else, Guy J, some progressive shit, and I really loved it. We got it. Thanks, bro. Make some noise. So long story short, he showed me that music. I fell in love immediately with it. So he brought me to my first party. No drugs, nothing like that, just beer. And with my last money, I started going. I got so hooked for the EDM and raving and all this. So I wanted to go to every single party. So I was calculating all my money so I can go pay my entrance fee and buy one beer and stay maximum to the end, you know. So I was in front of the DJ watching like that. I was like, fuck it, I want to be there one day, and I really wanted it. Yeah, like I really wanted it. So that inspired me to start chasing some, you know, DJs. But by DJs, you know, they were like in the very beginning, and for me, they were like the real DJs. And I was chasing them to show me how to mix on Tractor. Tractor was the new thing there back then. Also, there's one guy, maybe most of you know it. It's called Metodi Hristov. So
We had him here.
yeah, I know. So he started like a year before me or something like that, and he bought the Pioneer 800s, which was the newest model back then. And I was like, "Hey, Metodi, I'm Pavel, blah blah blah. Can I come to your home and just mix?" It sounds weird, you know. I really wanted it so bad. So he kind of believed in me, and we had a couple of drinks and blah blah blah. So he started showing me how to mix, and I got it really quickly, and that's how I started, basically. Then I started playing in one bar for 25 euro per night, only chill out music. So they fired me because I was started playing like more deep house and minimal deep tech. Like it started from there. So they fired me. Then I started going and asking, you know, other bars, you know, hey, can I play here? Because, you know, I'm a great DJ and I can play this music. And they're like, we want vocals. I'm like, sure, great, I got it. So I started playing vocals. And guess what? In the beginning, I started playing tech house and underground shit, and they fired me. Yeah. But again, long story short, there's a lot of examples like that, but I'm not going there. After that, with Metodi, we planned very well, actually, surprisingly well. Our first common party, you know, we organized it like with entrance fee and with bars and everything. That was like less than 1 year, you know, after. And we collected like 500-600 people, which was mind-blowing for us. You know, they were there because of, you know, friends, and we did some advertising. We picked a different location, and we made money. That was my first good money, actually. And then the cookie started crumble, you know, and we started doing more events and more events, and we got booked from here and there because we get more popularity, you know. It's normal. And yeah, we started growing and growing and growing. Then we split like friends because he's an asshole. Yeah. No, he's not. I'm just kidding. He is. No, it's not. Yeah, long story short, that's it. Next question, please.
Yeah, next question is kind of very important for the young people. Can you describe your creative process? How you start track, how it evolve, and
That's more production-wise, but yeah, I can answer to this question. There is... Okay, I'll start from there. There's one movie for James Brown. It's called Get On Up. Get On Up. You have to watch this movie. It inspires me a lot. And after that movie, I made my track Exe. I don't know if you know it. So he said in one interview there, the groove is in the back is the bass, and the bass never change. It's a groove. And as soon as you hear that groove, I know I got you. Which means if you got the bass, it can drive you, you know, it can make a sorcery. So I own you already. And after I got that bass, I can put all my spices and I can do whatever I want. So the most important part is the low end of every track, like kick, doop, 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 and the bass. Wah, 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 wah. So when you have it with the right compression and when you have the right frequencies, then you got the foundation of the track, the very important foundation. And then you can build it up, the whole arrangement, ideas, and whatever you want. Everything weird, actually. I realized that soon, unfortunately, but I can give it to you now so you can chase me quickly. As much weird as the sound, it's better after you have the foundation, because in my opinion, the electronic dance music, it's kind of stuck, because everybody is doing wherever everybody's doing, you know. Everybody's copy pasting, and I like this track of Anima, I'm gonna do the same melodic shit, or tech house or hard techno, especially hard techno. It's like boop, 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 boop. You know, it's the same every track, you know, especially for me. The idea is shut up. The idea. Come on. What I'm trying to say is like the world needs, the electronic dance music needs new sound, and needs new producers, and needs a revolution, like a track we never heard before. And example of that is Maceo Plex for me, for example, because his music is, I don't know, it's unique. Nobody can repeat that. He works with atonal sounds and synths and stuff like that, and it's fucking inspiring for me. He's one of my biggest inspirations, and I cannot, I mean, I don't want to copy it, but I try to be like him at some point of my production history, and I can't. It's fucking impossible. So we need more producers like him, in my opinion. And just be brave, do the foundation correctly, and then draw your thing.
So you will see that we don't have like a set of question production history. We'll do randomly. Yeah. So I mean we have it, but I'm not reading it in. So anyways, this is very important question for the young people. How you handle criticism? How you handle criticism from the crowd, from the colleagues, DJs? You don't give a fuck, right?
I don't get criticism. I mean, I'm the criticism. No, I'm serious. He forbids me to, and my management, because I'm really bad at this in social media, and especially TikTok and shit. But when I see something wrong, I'm like, I want to comment and like I want to hate it, and I'm doing it. But I just can't realize I have some influence yet, and everybody's telling me you cannot write these comments, you know, it's cringing or it's not good for your career. I'm like, fuck, you know, I just have to do it, you know. So I started hating. So
I think you're influencing a lot of people because, you know, in Instagram, when you scroll reels and they give you suggestion on based what like your friends have liked or commented, like 30% of the stuff that I see is his comments. So Pavel Petrov commented, and it's always 90% something kind of negative, but also kind of inspiring. So I would say he's very good at handling criticism, if that's the question, from like viewing him on the other side. I don't know how you feel about it, but
hey, not coming here anymore.
So next question is about how you did it and how you maintaining. It's about community that you built around EXE, and about we are trying to build a community here, and we think it's very important. Like we have the cult here of the young DJs that needs to support each other and to be around the Kult club, like a community. You have a big community in EXE, and can you describe a little bit about how you build it, how it started, how it's going?
Yeah, me and my partner, which is called Chavdar, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we were friends before we started EXE. We were best friends, and basically there was also no place to go, place we really like to go to listen to electronic music and get wild, you know. So that's how we started the events. But in order to build that community we have today, we call it actually the core. of exit core, which is like very important percentage, like maybe 30% of everybody who's coming there, because we're a very small country. We're not the States. You know, they got EDC and not Burning Man, but a couple of others, huge festivals, but they got big amount of population, young population and tourists and everything. And we don't have that. I believe you don't have it here. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. But we have to hold and grow that core, you know, with every event. So basically, we turned into a dancers on the backstage, you know, all the friends. And you cannot go in the middle of the party, go your home or go to the other party or just have some fun. You need to balance everything and pay attention to everyone. Hey, what's going on, bro? Let's have a tequila. But after a couple of bros, you got 10 bros and 10 tequilas, for example, and you're fucked. And sometimes other things, and you know, it's fun and it's cool, but it takes a lot from your life to be an entertainer. That's the word, entertainer. We are entertainers. We entertain people. We entertain our friends. We entertain our customers, and for us, it's very important how they feel from the entrance to the exit. You know, we are not the best in the hospitality in Bulgaria, to be honest.
He means not us, but Bulgaria in general.
Bulgaria in general, yeah. But we are trying. From exit, we are trying to be better, and we are trying to learn every day how to make our customers feel good, and especially our core. But this is how we build it up, because when you treat people correctly, they keep coming and they bring more people. And another important part, okay, I'm gonna say it, beautiful girls. That's what you need on the backstage, come on. Everybody knows that. There are some clubs like they got that female policy, chicks for free and stuff like that. They don't pay. But we don't do that. But it's important to, you know, to keep the beautiful girls there. You know, so sometimes you buy them drinks and stuff like that. You talk to them. It's part of the job. Entertaining. That's the word.
Yeah, it's not only like clubs and whatever. There are some DJs nowadays that request 15 to 20 girls on the backstage. So you have a tour manager who needs all the space. You give them wristbands and they just go throughout the backstage and they select girls randomly to bring in there for the videos. But what Pavel said made a lot of sense. There is one very important thing if you're talking about a community like yours and what the guys from Kult are doing here. You need to support each other. In Bulgaria, we're constantly running into issues where the mentality of the people is the first thing that they do is hate on something. Your lineup may be great, but you will see a lot of hate in the comments. Your show may went perfect, but there is again a lot of hate because people just don't have anything else to do. And if you want to build a community or be part of a community, you need to be supportive, and you gotta understand that this business and what you see and the events that you experience and the DJs that you hear, there is a lot of work behind the scenes, a lot of people that work 7 days every week non-stop to make it happen. So for us, the best thing that we can see from the community is respect. And whenever we see respect from them, we give back to the community. So it's a cycle in order to build a community, and it's not your job, but you have a part of the whole thing. So it's successful and it makes sense for everyone.
Congratulations, Nikolai. You're just being promoted.
There's no positions left.
So next very important question, I guess now is easier, but when you were at the beginning, how, and of course now, how you prepare for the events? How do you prepare for tonight? I know Cevapcici and Rakia, but it doesn't have, every country doesn't have Rakia. So what you do? What's your advice for them?
When I prepare for event, the preparation starts like a couple of days before that. I need to go to my studio where I trust my sound system and, you know, my sound environment. I prefer not to listen to the music I play in clubs through my headphones, because on the headphones you cannot be 100% sure if that track is like super quality or it's like fine, you know. So it's okay. It works. Sometimes I do that, but I prefer to be in my studio and trust 100% from what I hear. You know, all the frequency needs to be cool. You know, if the track is great, like arrangements, but it's not good like sound, not gonna work for my set. But that's me. Maybe you can play bad sounding tracks, but great tracks, or the opposite. That's your choice. It's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, of course, I'm listening to all my promos coming to my email. I'm listening to the Beatport top 100 indie because there is nothing wrong with that as well. I mean, because some people are like, "Oh, this is too commercial if it's in top 100." No, you pick 1 or 5 or 10 tracks from top 10, which is going to work in your set. That's the most important part. You have to. What I'm doing also. I'm going to some cue points on some of the tracks which I don't know or they are new for me. I'm trying to learn the arrangement of the track because this is more important. I don't play my tracks from the beginning to the end and then simply mix them. That's a very important part. I want to talk about more deeply about it. The mixing to track with another because from most of the sets I heard. I listened for our small competition. I heard a lot of mixing, like jukebox mixing. You know, just transition before one track with another. And for me, that's not the right way. I call this jukeboxing. Yeah, jukeboxing. Because for me, that's not the real thing in DJing. So you need to get the track out with the right energy and you need to get in the other track with the correct energy as well. Sometimes, I'm not saying it's working for me every time. During my sets, I make mistakes like everybody else, which is normal. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's cool to make mistakes, just to match the one track with another. And because this makes the set a little bit more alive, without the sync buttons and all these things. I'm not a fan of that. What I do for my sets, yeah. What else? I'm trying to prepare my sets also, like especially the first 3 tracks or 4 tracks. It's very important to be, to make a good impression to every crowd because, sometimes I'm playing in Asia, like in Dubai, where people expect more commercial music. They expect Afro, but they're not there for Afro, and I'm not there for that. Or in the US, maybe they expect EDM or something, or it doesn't matter where I play. People have some expectations, which is normal. They're customers. They're paying to hear and have a good time. But I want to give them the right impression and to win them with the first 3 tracks. That's a very important thing for me. For tonight, I prepared a little bit more different stuff because I want to be more educational vibe. I'm not saying I can teach you for anything, but I just feel it. I want to do it like that. I want to do it more undergroundish, more weird than my sets I usually play. So yeah, you can boo me anytime.
So I have a question, and it's very important question, and it's very nice that from your point of view you can say that, and to put a little bit of extra pressure to our talent who is playing before you. How important is the role of a warm-up DJ or the first slot?
The role of warm-up, it's very important. It brings the vibe, some clubs. Clubs are different. Sometimes the customers of the clubs, we had that conversation last night. Some clubs prefer, people to get some drinks and start talking, between each other, not to dance too much, just to collect in the middle of the club so the next DJ can kill them. Other clubs not. I personally prefer the DJ before me, doesn't matter if it's the opening DJ of the night or just the DJ before me or warm up. Usually it's the warm up DJ. To do the best what he can do, so he can increase the level, so I can be pressured, so I can be like, okay, I gotta kick this ass, you know. It usually 99% of the cases when the DJ is playing and feeling comfortable and showing that, hey Pavel, I wanna make a better set than you, and you can suck. I feel great, and the party it's better, you know, because there is a vibe, there is energy, and I can keep this energy and even increase it. So in my opinion, I prefer like that. But sometimes when you play for a certain club and you're a resident DJ, you need to follow some certain rules. You need to make a balance between what you want to play, and you need to kick ass, but balanced.
Okay, I have some question for this guy too. So, important question as the head of the artist program. How do you pick the DJs? I know for the for the big names it's easy to choose, but how you pick for the local ones? How you pick somebody on the young talents, or what you looking for this kind of bookings?
I think it's a hard job either way, if you're talking about headliners or local DJs. The thing is, with Bulgaria, we don't have a lot of local DJs. I mean, we do, but maybe not the ones that we want. We try to push talent, so most of like the residents that play with us and the local DJs are DJs that haven't been popular before. So we take on people that have the X factor in them, and then we build on them. We share knowledge with them. Everybody can give them something. I can give them some ideas on how they need to grow themselves. Pavel can jump in with music, and also the other way around. We don't always look for the perfect music selection or perfect mixing, because this is something on which we can work on together. The most important part for me nowadays is someone that can, let's not say perfectly, but can balance between moving a crowd and pleasing them, and then also balance his profile and how he looks in social media, if he does music or not. I know it's a topic that not a lot of people would like to discuss, but social media is fucking important nowadays. So if you can do social media, you're not for that job, and that's the truth. There is two choices for you guys that you need to make. It's either you do music that's so fucking good that nobody cares about your social media, which is very, very hard to do, or you can do average music, which some people can resonate with, but then you're also very good with social media. So it's a skill that you need to adopt, and we also look for this in our residents. And I don't really want to say it out loud, but this is the truth, and you need to focus your mind on either of those things. I would suggest you go for social media first, and then you focus on doing that music. Why not? No, it's important. Shall I speak about headliners, or it's only residents?
Yeah, headliners as well. Yeah.
I know you have some things to say, so please don't give him the microphone. This is something that me and Pavel have a lot of like fights about it, because at certain point when EXE becomes so big, because we're the biggest promoter in Bulgaria, we have 3 clubs, we do 2 festivals. In March we're opening a 3rd festival. We're the official partner of Aero for Bulgaria. We do like a few other arena shows throughout the year. So it has become so much bookings and so many shows from like clubs that handle to like 1,000 to 1,500 people, then festivals that do 25,000 people across a few days. So it's always a mix between the headliners that we know will sell tickets and the sound that we want to push and the people that we like. Pavel would gladly have the best of both worlds, so full festivals and full clubs, but only with DJs that we are sure are like real artists and real musicians, and they do nice music and they play very well. But sadly, that's not how the industry works anymore. Maybe it used to be like this 10 years ago. Nowadays, it's not like this. So it's always a mixture between both worlds in order to make a successful show, because if we have a successful show which brings in money, then we can risk part of that money to do shows with headliners that we respect but the crowd doesn't know, or push a new sound into the market, or a new genre, or a new artist. So it's the best of both worlds, actually.
So about the marketing, social media, do you have any tips and tricks, secrets? What's the best strategies to promote artist events or whatever?
Uh, this is something very individual. So there is not a single tip that will apply to everyone in this room, because certain people have certain like positive stuff that they can do on social media. But the most important thing is for you to find a way to promote yourself, your music and your craft and your DJing or whatever you want to promote, and do it in a way that resonates with your audience. It can be funny videos, some people do that. It can be production videos, some people do that. It can also be lifestyle stuff if you travel a lot, or if you have like a cool lifestyle, you fly planes, you drive race cars, whatever. Everything you can integrate into social media and make it interesting for people to watch and then relate to your music is a good point to start, I think.
I have a question about booking agency, because there is no booking agency in Serbia, and that's also something we're aiming for to to happen next year, hopefully. So you're in charge of some DJs. You have an agency. How that works, and how do you get gigs for your artists that I guess they're not like worldwide famous artists? You're probably digging for a gig. So how that works?
So back in the days, it used to be a lot of digging for like shows. The whole concept of an agency was to like find contacts with clubs, promoters, and so on, and just pitch them their roster and explain how great your artist is, give them some marketing points which they can use if they want to book your artist. But nowadays it has changed, and if we're talking about a successful booking agency, for me personally, I think you need to have at least one artist within that agency that sells a lot naturally and doesn't need that really big push from the agent. And then you can build like contacts and sell your artist to those contacts. Maybe in like collaboration with the big actor. Hey, you want Pavel? I'll give you Pavel, but I have this guy that will come open for him for like €1,000 until you build their profile and they become like big in certain markets. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it, this is the easier way, be a big agency and just get all the big artists and you just sell like crazy and they don't care about anything else. But to be honest, if we're talking from a business perspective, if we're talking about like agencies, promoters, and artists, the agency business is the hardest thing to do nowadays, from what I see. It's just because you approach clubs, even clubs and promoters like us, and you have like such a big roster, but from 20 names, I haven't heard a single one of them. Doesn't matter how many emails you send to me, doesn't matter how many pitch decks you send to me and how many links, social medias, videos, tracks, whatever. Most of the time, the decision is based on the popularity of the artist. So a lot of agents, sorry? In certain territories, of course. So it's sometimes a very, very hard job for an agent to pitch artists because 99% of the answers you get are a no. So you need a good agent, someone who is dedicated to that work, and someone who knows how to sell artists and knows the territories. It's very important for them to know the markets. Like they need to know in, okay, Bulgaria, Serbia, there is this promoter and this promoter. This is our goal and we want to be there. From what I understood about your idea is you want to make an agency that supports your talents. I think this is a very different business model because you guys, from what they told me, you already have a community. You go support yourselves, you go to each other's shows and so on. This will make it a lot easier for them to push you on the Balkan, Serbian first market and then Balkan market. If this manages to grow and you guys do your part and they do their part, this will make it a lot of easier for you to receive like more bookings in different territories and so on.
we didn't talk about this before. Trust me, I swear. It's so it's you share opinion. Okay, so let's start with the questions.
Just sorry.
Yes.
I just want to say something. Yeah, in order to develop your DJ profile, yeah, you need to follow all these things, but you also have to work 2 or 3 times more than every European or US DJ or producer, because that's the ugly truth. That's what I do. I fight with all the European, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Platforms like Spotify and Beatport, because I'm from Bulgaria. They don't have a good eye to us. That's the ugly truth. I'm sorry, but they don't give us the best support. For my label, X Audio, we're the 4th best-selling label in indie dance for the last 3 years. It's a brand new label, according to most of the labels which are behind us. Like Stillborn Talent and other huge European labels, they're behind us. We are selling a lot more, and we are building our community of producers. And we don't have that support as any other labels do, and we have to fight for every single centimeter on that map. Same thing with Spotify. Nobody cares about us. Nobody cares about me. We have to fight. You have to fight. That's what I mean, if you know what I mean. You're gonna say something positive,
From the business side, because this was the artistic side. From the business perspective, we'll get back to you. It happens because Bulgaria is such a small market. Whenever all of those business people in those companies, they look at statistics, everything else is bigger than us. So this is why you need 5 times the effort in order to make something happen. And this is the logical explanation of what he just said.
Nikolai, as a booking agent, what do you think is the thing that makes an artist marketable to other events or booking agencies doesn't?
Music first. So if you're an artist, even if you're small right now or you're just starting out, if you have a track that has reached our market, it's easier to promote. So I can send it back to the marketing team. Okay, this guy has this track or this album or tracks or whatever, and this can help. The second thing is associations with big labels. So if you have a track on Afterlife, Drum Code, whatever, this helps quite a lot. And again, social media. So if you have a recent video from a show that blew up on TikTok or something else, this is another marketing point. The last one is the one with the shortest expiration date, I would say. So if you had a video blow up 2 years ago, now it's no longer there, so people don't see it, and it's no longer a marketing point for us. And also high profile shows. This works. Even if you're a smaller artist, if you can secure yourself high profile shows, if you can go play Exit, Love Festival, whatever, shows at AD, other European festivals, this helps a lot. Nowadays, the crowd, if we're talking about Bulgaria, I don't want to talk about other markets because there it might be different. But in Bulgaria, they like names that they know and associations that they're familiar with. So they maybe won't know your name, but if they see Afterlife, Drum Code, something else that rings a bell to them, this gives you bonus points in the whole thing.
Thank you.
Okay, so we talked about marketable aspects regarding gigs, but what about the demos when sending them to labels? Does a label look for something else besides good music? Do they also check the things you mentioned, or is it only good music? Oh, I'm sorry, also one more thing. Is consistency important in releases? So should they have unreleased tracks ready, or just few tracks sent to a label? That's it.
I think we both can answer that. So I'll just start with the more dry business stuff, which is important for you, and then he will join. We personally, with Exe Audio, for us, the most important thing is the music. A lot of people send us all those big emails with all the infos. I did this, I played there, blah blah blah. Honestly, when you're receiving like 15 emails per day, I don't look even at them. I look at them once I have listened to the track and I heard something I like. Then it makes sense because I can see who the artist is and if there is something else on the table on top of his good music. So Pavel, for example, he's releasing with Solomon. Is it out yet or not? The email that he sent was only the fucking link, and they signed the track. He didn't say a word. Was it like this? So it's important, yes, but depends on the label. There are some labels, if we're talking like the high-level labels, EDM, whatever, like more mainstream sound. The only thing they care is about statistics and how big the artist profile is. It's easy to blame them because, okay, they don't care about my sound, they do amazing music, blah, blah, blah. But in order to have like a very big and successful label, you need numbers. In order to get those numbers, you need artists that can pull up the numbers. And I can give you a very easy example with Spotify. You know the Spotify playlists, the editorial Spotify playlists, like Electronic Rising, New Music Friday, whatever. Those are playlists to which label pitch their music, and then Spotify curators decide if they want to put the track on the playlist or not. And it's good for an artist because it's a lot of visibility. The thing is, Spotify, of course, there are some artists, some labels that receive unlimited support. We can see that. But 90% of what they're looking for is statistics. And it's about consistency, the thing you said. How much is the artist releasing? What numbers is he pulling? Are his statistics like growing? Does he has like 100 followers every day, new followers? Do they save his music? How much they repeat his music? How much they add it to their personal playlists and so on. So it's a mixture of everything with us, especially, and what Pavel visions is, because I support his vision with my work for the label. He cares only about music. He doesn't care about anything else. Doesn't care about if the artist is from, I don't know, Uganda or Serbia or whatever. What? We don't care where you have released or what you've done, but you will encounter a lot of labels out there that care only about those things, and then music comes second. So it's very complex.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just proceeding with the label things. Yeah, consistency is very important for an artist. I realized that slowly and painfully. But my production schedule was developed like that, and now I'm working like 5 months ahead. So my latest release signed from now, it's in March 2026, and I got releases every month. Sometimes I got like 1 or 2 options which I'm probably gonna send to other labels, but I have my own label where I can drop a track which is rejected or nobody listened to it and stuff like that, but I like it. I would never use my label as a trash can. I mean, I believe in my music in the end, you know. You have to believe in your music, by the way, of course. So consistency is very important, and you need to plan everything. In order to plan your releases, basically, I'll start from the beginning. You need to plan all your career at least 3 to 5 years ahead. You need to be like one of these American stupid people. Sorry if there's American, not all of you are stupid. Come on, okay, fuck it, sorry. You need to plan your whole thing. You need to draw it. You need to have your purposes. You need to know where you want to go exactly. And you need to write this down. That's very important. You need to write this down. No shame. Write it. I want to be a biggest DJ on this festival. I want to play on Tomorrowland. I want to play with Solomon back to back, you know, one day. There's nothing wrong about that. Just fucking write it down. And believe in this shit every day. I'm not like doing it every day because I'm lazy, but if I wasn't lazy, I would do it, you know, every day. So you need to plan all these things and believe in yourself. Then you need to build up your release schedule, developing a post-release schedule for the social medias, and you need to know with who to collaborate. You need to think about your Spotify numbers because this is also very important. There's different types of bookers who watch only Instagram numbers, bookers who watch only Spotify numbers, bookers not too much bookers who watch the Beatport, which are you, how many you sell, which labels, blah blah blah. Most of them they don't care. So that's a very important part of the career to be aware where exactly you want to go.
Pavel, I have maybe a bit of a more boring question, but because I think most of us, if any of us, haven't gotten to the point in our careers where you are right now. So as a booked and busy DJ, head of a club, head of a label and everything, how do you strike a balance in respecting all of the gigs that you get, maintaining all of your obligations, and keeping your wellness and sanity? If you do, if not, then we can skip this.
There's no such thing. Next question. No, I mean, first of all, there is a lot more busier people than me. Like huge DJs, and I'm just here. You can ask me, but I'm pretty sure there's like people who sacrifice their whole lives and families and everything in order to be successful, which is respectful, for others not. But when it comes to me, it takes time to coordinate your life and your professional career and all the things you do. For example, with Exe, it took me like more than 8 years to start going in the office with my colleagues, because sometimes in the office it's funny, it's pleasant, but sometimes it's not. It's like a war zone. We hate each other. Fuck, the drill. So when I'm in the office like 2 or 3 days in a week, because that's how we do it, then it's very hard for me to stay calm and be in the studio and make some tracks. Sometimes I do like very darky stuff, like hating everyone, like very minor things. But it's not easy, and you need to sacrifice a lot of things, like in every business, not only in music, not only being a DJ. If you want to be a lawyer, you need to be studying every day and whatever they do. I don't know. What else? There's something else. I forgot it. Okay, go for it.
What I can share, and this is another truth, it's a very demanding business and it takes a lot of you. Doesn't matter which part you play in it. So from what I've seen, because I work with a lot of people and in this industry, and not a lot of them have managed to find a balance, and this leads to burnout, and it's a very bad thing. So I would suggest you try to avoid it, but you all should be prepared that stuff like this doesn't happen easy. It's a lot of sweat, it's a lot of fights to get where you want to be. And if you can manage to find that balance, good for you. You're one of the lucky people in the industry, for sure.
One more thing. It's not necessary your dream or your goal to be like, I want to be Solomon or I want to be Anima. You can dream of just playing in Exe Club Sofia or in Kult, Belgrade, or something like normal, like we are actually for our territories. So, or maybe small bar where you can play commercial music. There's nothing wrong with that, because, for example, you got some other job, other dreams, and you mix them, balance them with the other DJ thing, which charges you with positive energy or whatever it is. So there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be one of these great, statues, like I already mentioned a couple of times, you need to quit your job now. You need to quit the university, like I did. My mother and father, my family, they're doctors and military people, like very raw people, bad people. They're bad, And no, I'm just kidding. My mother is great. She's an angel. So when I was 19, I was studying ecology in the university. I really enjoyed it, actually. Then I found that electronic music shit. And I decided that that's the thing I want to do, and I knew it, 100%. And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna quit university." So I went to my mother and father and I said, "You know what? I'm not going to university." Or they were like, What do you mean?" I'm like, "I'm just not going. I'm gonna be a DJ." They were, "What the fuck?" Because in their heads they imagine a wedding DJ, stuff like that. So it was very hard to convince them. What's going to happen in the next year. It took me a lot of time. We were like fighting for a couple of months, and I desperately needed their financial support because I was 19 and I quit university. I was doing my job in the store selling clothes, which I was pretty good at it, but I had to quit from there as well. And for a couple of years they were covering my ass, and here I am.
Thank you.
Pavel, how did you discover me?
Hi.
Hi. How did you discover your own musical style?
I'm not sure from where exactly I've been influenced, because that's how the world works, in my opinion. It doesn't matter if you're a scientist or driver or wherever you are. You get inspired by other people a little bit or more or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how the world works. And probably I was inspired, as I said, from Plex, that's for sure. But I'm producing since more than, I don't know, maybe 15 years or something. I don't know. And it just takes time, and you build up your. My music is changing all the time. Most of the producers, when they found like a certain beat, they're like, "Oh shit, that's the shit." So that's what I'm gonna do. So they keep building on that beat. That's their style. Like Boris Brescia, like Max Tyler, like any other, but not Plex, and probably me. I don't know. That's what I think. So my music I think it's evolving during the years. My sound is going up, like super quality, then it's going down, shit, then it's going quality, shit, But it's in the end, it's like one line, and sometimes I make more danceable tracks. Sometimes I'm going to tech house. Sometimes I'm going to the progressive, melodic, indie, especially. That's my favorite style. So yeah. It's mixed up.
Thank you.
I don't think I answered your question. But
Hello, Pavel. I'm Profa.
hi, hello.
I wanted to focus on indie dance because it's something new. About 2 or 3 years, I wrote a lot of texts about this indie dance, and some my words. It's this kind of sound. It's too futuristic to call disco, too melancholic to be house, and too musical to be techno. And I can tell to the talents that you are a real example, that you are brave, because all this, I don't want to tell you that you are old DJ, but old school DJ, they are strict, and they don't, in Serbia, they are strict, and they are difficult with them to change their genre or just to follow some trends or something like this. And I think you do very brave job with some new sound, with this new sound in the dance. And this kind of sound starting to grow in our country also last 2 or 3 years. We have a lot of talents who are very interested in this kind of genre or everything, how we call it. And my question is, can you tell us more about this? Because it's a new thing. And of course, music is always make this evaluation and everything. I think this indie dance, it's unpredictable music, and this is for me very good stuff, because I always, when I heard the new tracks, I always it's unpredictable, like some other before music make it. So can you tell us more about indie dance, about this sound and these tricks? Because in this music, I always have some tricks. This is how I look on this.
I didn't know it's indie dance in the beginning, and I just started. I was releasing in progressive and tech house and a couple of other genres, but when I started releasing in indie dance, that was a choice because I saw opportunity for a genre which is like, you know, between melodic and between tech house. It's fun, but at the same time it's dark and it's tight. You know, it has some sexy and it's space. I call it like that. You know, like space under the sky, above, under, above, and also you know, it has that certain drive, constant drive. You know, like a train, which is drives you the whole time. But that's just the beatport genre indie dance. If you go to Spotify and text indie dance, it's completely different music. It's like music you hear in Zara or Bershka or all these brands, you know, funny music, you know, playing. It's like it's a nice music, but not my music anyway. It's just the beatport genre, and I grabbed that genre and I said, that's my thing. So I started, I believed in it, and I was like, that's the indie dance. But honestly, I don't know what the fuck is indie dance.
That's the reason why I ask you, because this is something new and it's growing, and more and more DJ is starting to find this kind of sound, and it's really for me like the sounds before that you have this. It's unpredictable, and this is for me the richest things in this kind of sound, because I don't know what expect. You know, all the crowd when it's a progressive, all the crowd when they heard the first time some tracks, they know this Ableton key what will gonna happen. But in indie dance, it's always something like in movie. You know, always something new things happens. Sometimes when I heard indie dance tracks, I realized in one moment we have three tracks in that one tracks. You know, because it's always change the theme, theme. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know. I don't know what to expect, you know. But in my sets, if I have to describe them as indie dance, it's just mixture. So it's like a multi-genre. You know, you got the tech house, you got the progressive, you got the groove, because the groove is very important part of my sets, and I can compare this to the indie genre as well. I can add it to the basket. And the indie dance by itself, it's like that mixture of every genre. Yeah, long story short.
Thank
What? What do you want?
About indie, I don't know if you're familiar with the term, but indie is used to describe different artist stuff that doesn't fit anywhere else.
Independence.
It's not only independence, but it's, you can see it in gaming, you can see it in rock music, punk music, electronic music, you can see it in books, you can see it in artworks, you can see it everywhere. It's a special place for stuff that doesn't fit anywhere else, that can be categorized, and I think that's the magic of indie, because if you go to listen to those artists, they have a lot of influence. You can hear techno indie, tech house indie, afro indie, whatever. It's somewhere in between for stuff that doesn't fit, and that makes it so special because it's way different from everything else.
And can you make a difference, because we spoke last night about it, about indie dance, Israeli indie dance, and indie dance, South America indie dance.
What do you mean Israeli and indie dance?
We have a lot of Israelis who make tracks and indie dance, you know, Maccabi House and all other things. This kind
That's
of
racist.
Okay. But I just wanted to talents to feel the difference about the two kind of indie dance, because we have South American indie dance who are connected with dark disco, and it's too much raw. Then this European indie dance. It's also very good to combine.
First of all, I'll start with the French indie dance because that's like it's coming from Damon G and Darlene Bliss and Polaris and some couple of other acts, and this is very sexy and very nice indie dance, which I really like. It has the certain drive. Then it's Exe Audio and me. It's something in between tech housey and that darky indie dance, but it's always dark and sexy. That's the whole point. Then you have the Israeli indie dance. Maccabi House and Adam 10, which they're doing pretty good job. It's the most commercial part of the indie dance, but sometimes I'm playing it also in my sets because it's fun. It gives you like another vibe, and circling around drives, it's cool. Vibes, drives.
I think it's enough for me on this moment.
Hi, I want to say
Hi.
big thanks to Pavel and Nikolai for sharing all of your stories and insights with us. I think it's very valuable to everyone here. My question is a continuation to what we've talked about now is to Pavel. How do you maintain your artistic integrity when doing music production and live performances, when you have to balance the more underground and experimental side of the electronic dance music with the more commercial side, which is expected from audiences and different places?
I'm trying to be myself. I'm trying to play whatever I like. 100% of the cases, I play whatever I like and whatever I love, actually. Because I believe in my taste of music. I like what I'm doing. That's why I quit everything. I believe if I give the people my vibe, because when I play, it's so simple. When I play my music, whatever I like, I feel happy. When I feel happy, people see that and they're happy. And it's exchanging of that mythical energy, everybody talks about, energies and shit. I don't know if it's there or not, but sometimes it happens, And not every crowd it's ready for what I'm trying to present. Sometimes I'm playing like a same set. If, for example, if I play like Middle East or a new place, like for example, I don't know, okay, whatever new place it is, I'm trying to be. I'm trying to play something I know 100% it's working also, and I leave some space for a couple of tracks I want to try, tracks which are underground and which I never played before, but I think I like. And if they work, I'm like, shit, that's great. And this track is going to the next playlist forever, for the next couple of months, let's say. I'm always updating my playlists because, as I said, there are tracks, they work every time, but it's interesting for me, and that drives me crazy when some new track it's working. That's the thing in the DJing.
Thank you. That's a great answer.
Hi.
Hi.
You mentioned the musical revolution that's gonna happen eventually. So where do you think is the place where that's going to happen? In the clubs or in the festivals? Because maybe it's the mentality of the people here in the Balkans, but people usually want to hear all the same stuff all over again and over again. So how to push that weird music to be in the spotlight? If you're not big enough, people are not gonna accept it.
Send it for my label, and I'll let you know. Because it's a good question, but I don't know the answer. If I knew it, I would probably be one of the biggest names right now. But it takes time for sure. Something like crazy kids like Fred again is coming like from literally nothing. He came like with weird headphones with cables, and it's like, who the fuck is this guy? He's doing amazing shit, And his music is great. Sometimes it's not mixed like the right way. It's not fat enough and stuff like that. But it's amazingly good, and it's very different. It's touching. So he touched a lot of people with his weird behavior, which I find nice. And he's one of the acts I really respect. So we need more people like this. He's huge. Absolutely huge.
There is a logical answer to your question. Revolution happens mostly in clubs and smaller scale venues because the artists you see at festivals are people who already have built the profile. In order to build the profile, you need to push through the clubs. If we can talk about the revolution, Pavel really loved this idea. I'm not sure if we'll see it soon again. By revolution, I mean what was electronic music back in the days, something to break free from the ordinary life and from everything else. Because doesn't matter which genre we go to, everything is electronic music. And if you look at the statistics, electronic music is the second most listened genre in the world right now after pop music. So it has, last year it has surpassed like trap and rap, Spotify. You need to look at the data, bro. They don't lie. So you go to the shop, you listen to electronic music. You go into the taxi, you listen to electronic music. Doesn't matter the genre. So I'm not sure if a revolution is happening again soon, but the change and the new trends will happen in local scenes like Germany, Serbia, whatever. And then once people see it, they will start building a community around it. And once this community is big enough, it will take over different markets and different continents. So maybe that's the logical answer to your question.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Also, I just realized when Nikolai was talking about this, it's the internet. It's also a problem to find the right artists and the best different tracks, because most of the producers, they're doing, as I said, whatever the bigger producers then are doing. So from all these 90% trash, it's very hard to find the right gem. And not because it's too much, because me and you probably are getting tired of listening to all the same track with different tonality, and it's just the same track, different producer, different name. That's it. But when you get tired, you'd probably miss that great track, So you need to be very selective where you listen to your music. It doesn't matter which genre it is. I realized listening to all the sets, I realized there was maybe, 70% of minimal deep tech, which is kind of cool. But it's undergroundish. It's it's different. Not many countries are playing that genre, which is kind of nice. The underground is growing in Serbia, which is a cool thing.
Hello, good evening. Hi, here, sorry. Again, like my colleague said, thank you for taking time to share your knowledge and experience. One thing that I noticed so far, sorry? We're getting paid for it. Perfect. It's amazing when you do something you love and you get paid for it, right? I noticed one thing so far is that whenever something is talked about, Nikolai tends to talk about it logically. I would say he would more emotionally about it, not in a bad way. So my question is, what was the moment in your careers, for you specifically, when your heart said you wanted to do something artistically, but you had to approach it as a businessman, and vice versa goes for Nikolai, when something was should have been approached as artist, but you know what I mean, probably. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you mean.
So I see you more of a artist in this whole story. And what was the moment that your heart really said you wanted to act as an artist, but you had to make a decision as a businessman?
I will answer for him because he still isn't a businessman, and this is what a good artist should always be. You should never become businessman, and you should try to surround yourself with people that can handle the business side. There is a lot of successful artists that I know that are very, very into the business part, but most of them are not quite there where you want to be, because both things don't really match very well. Once you understand how the business works, sometimes you can start losing motivation to push yourself as an artist, because oh fuck, it doesn't matter how good I play, what my music is. Some people look at statistics and so on. So for me personally, Pavel was my friend. I don't think he has grown to be a businessman, and I don't think he should go in that direction. Maybe do you feel yourself as a businessman? I don't know, right? So sorry for answering the question for him, but I think
It's perfectly fine.
that's the
I
way
got
to
my
go.
answer.
Hi. So my question is, what's the biggest mistake that young artists are making today, whether in music production or approaching the scene?
I don't think there's a mistake. I think there's a lot of DJs and a lot of producers on that very same plate, and the competition is enormous. So everybody is trying to present himself, around his friends, around his family, and everything, being a DJ, which is normal. It's just the truth is, electronic dance music is no longer underground anymore, any kind of it. I mean, yeah, I said that indie is between everything, and there is certain type of underground, but that's between us, But for the world, underground is like something more commercial now. Everybody's going. So I have friends never went to electronic dance music party or a festival like 5 years ago, but now they're like, "Hey, bro, you're throwing a party there. Can we get a guest list?" No. Can we get, so they want to come and they want to be part of this and they want to get wasted, which is fine for us. But it's hard to put yourself, in the middle of all this, competition. It's very hard. It's hard for me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I'm successful. You guys, you're fucked. You're not. You're in the beginning of something. I'm also in the beginning or in the middle beginning of something because the path where I'm trying to go, it's very hard.
Yeah, hello. This question for bad cop, you're good cop, I suppose, yeah. So how you balance between playing good music and producing good music?
That's for you?
You are bad cop.
Yeah, it's probably for me. Yeah, sorry. Basically, I'm trying to do music for my sets because it's very hard to find music for my sets, actually. And of course, it's hard to make music for all my sets because I need to be quick with the production. But sometimes you're not in the right mood for a production. Sometimes it doesn't go anything. But sometimes it gets pretty cool, and it's great. But that's the hidden trick. When I make music, I'm like, I need to drop this in my set, and then I get in even deeper, and I'm like, when I hear this track in Beatport, I want it to be arranged that so people can buy it. I can buy it, I imagine I'm the customer, sometimes I'm like, maybe Solomon wants to hear. It was always a mistake when I made arrangement for Solomon or something like Solomon. He's gonna like. He never signed it. But in the end, I just signed for him, which is it's not such a big deal. It's a cool thing, but it's not gonna launch me to the sky. It's just a bonus for everything I do, and it's in my mind. That's the biggest bonus. I checked the dynamic. I'm there from now on, and I gotta go up. And I believe more in myself. That's the mana. If there's a gamers here, I got more mana now.
So when you're playing gigs, when you have regular gigs, how do you go about finding new music, but also keeping the tracks that work without always sounding the same? Because always finding new music and playing new music is at some point going to drive you insane.
How do I balance the new tracks with? Come again.
So how do you balance the new tracks with the tracks that work, but also not always sounding the same?
I like the tracks not to sound the same. So when I find something different, if it's good, it doesn't matter what genre it is. I'm just dropping it there, and that's a refreshment for my playlist. Did I get it right?
Kinda.
God damn it. Okay, you're gonna ask me later. Okay, go for it.
I think I can help here because your question is applicable for different levels of DJs. Pavel, as a touring DJ that plays like different countries all the time, he can afford to play the same set for 1 or 2 months. And there is a lot of big DJs that you will see that they play the same set, same music, same order of tracks, and then they just refresh it at some point. Maybe the question comes from you as a person who is still playing mostly locally and the same venues all over again. This is where the hard part comes in, and you need to balance the whole thing. Sorry, man, I didn't see from here. Sorry. So there is a lot of music out there, and what you need to do is, where do you search your music from, actually? Where do you find your music from? Okay. Okay. You have Spotify. You should utilize Spotify. Okay, SoundCloud. A very big thing. On SoundCloud, depending on your genre, because I also play music, but I do like hard dance, 155 BPM shit and stuff like this. 90% of the music you're gonna hear in my sets, no one can Shazam because it's all those like SoundCloud edits that are just up for free download. So you need to extend where you're taking your music from. You can always listen to like DJs that you like, steal music from them. It's a thing that everyone does. You can try, there is also sites that let you register your email to a promo pool, so you start receiving like unreleased music from labels. But basically, if you're having trouble with keeping the selection fresh while you're playing like mostly local gigs, and I can understand if you feel like this, but it's just like broadening the spectrum of like stores and places where you look for the music. Welcome.
Hi. Hello. I'm here, yeah. Yeah. My question is, as a new DJ, what should we do to have more bookings and more? What should we do to have? Fuck.
You want more bookings?
Yeah.
You want to get booked
Yeah.
like everywhere at the
Yeah,
festival.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
it. Easy peasy, bro. No problem.
Yeah, we don't have managers and things like that. And
I'm gonna give you the mic right now. Just quick answer from me, and then I pass it to Nikolai because he has the better answer for sure. In my personal experience, I found my first real management like 2 years ago. That's like, not you, man. What the fuck? He was my booking agent, like meaning receiving booking requests to my email so he can answer. In the beginning, yeah, no problem. I know. In the beginning, I was pretending that like I'm my own booking agent. I had email, but my name was Martin. So I was like, "Hey guys, I'm Martin. I'm the booking agent of PAVEL or manager or whatever it is. Hey Martin, how's it going?" So I was avoiding calls because my WhatsApp is my photo, so I had to change this every time. You need to find agency and all these things, but it takes time. You need to prove yourself with production and social media and everything.
yeah, but as a small DJ, as someone who are on the new road or on some track, what should we do to have more bookings and more gigs?
You really want to go there, aren't you?
Yeah. That is the problem.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is the problem.
joke aside,
for me.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, that is a problem for me because I think I have a good perspective to be a good DJ, but I don't have the opportunities to show up myself.
First of all, it's a very good thing what you're participating right now. The guys from Kult and you guys are collaborating because that's a collaboration. It's what I see. In something common. And you already being here, you have a visibility. You have the chance to play. Maybe
That's why I'm here, yeah.
That's what I said. You have the chance to play in other countries because of them. Last night we had a dinner, and I told them that I love so much that project that that's not going to be the end of it. I like choosing a set, come here, play an exit, blah blah blah. I want to inspire the Bulgarian talents, and I want them to work like you guys because I take this very personally. This is what I said last night. And for me, it's important to have this fire I see tonight, and I see in them last night and also tonight. I want to see that fire in the Bulgarian producers and Bulgarian DJs, which I don't see right now. Which it's not making me sad, but they are not as much as you are, you know. So I hope you don't get me wrong, but I'm going to use you and your fire to inspire them at some point. That's why I will try to work with Kult and Kult talents. We are going to try to work with Kult and Kult talents in future, so we can get more of you booked there if that's possible. Because in the end, we are doing business, and you guys are not going to sell tickets in Bulgaria. No, you have to be aware of that. But I will try to convince my partners when we go back to Bulgaria that how important is that for us, and we have to collaborate in this thing. So you already have one good visibility here. Also, what you can do, it's what I did, going to bars. Hello, I'm this guy. I got great selection. Why don't you give me a chance? Don't play for free, bro. It sucks. It's not cool.
I'm not.
Good. Don't play for free. So if they give you a chance, ask 10 bars, they're going to give you a chance for sure. Ask your friends when you have the opportunity, guys, come here, I have that opportunity, blah, blah, blah. My first gig, I called on the phone everyone. That's like, fuck it, I'm old, 20 fucking years or something. Hey, I got that gig. You need to come. It's my first DJ gig. Your presence is very important for me. So bring some friends. Let's make a fucking great party. That's the biggest opportunity in my life. So hype them. Show them how important is this for you. You know. Sorry, I see you, but you know.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
So you got my point, right?
I just want to tell one thing to talents that I'm thinking that they are still not aware what kind of opportunity you give to them, because I have experience. I collaborate with you guys before 2 years, and I know how is difficult and how is strict your ex audio to take the tracks. Young talent with which I work with him, after fourth or fifth tracks, we did it one that you take it. And I just want to tell this information to the talents. They are not aware how they have good opportunity to come in Bulgaria and what kind of opportunity you give to them, because my experience was too much difficult with a young DJ, and this is good because you are strict in this kind of things, and thank you a lot because of this, really, because I think they are not realize what kind of opportunity you give to them in this moment. I just wanted to share it to everybody, and we have here a lot of talents who like this kind of sound, and this kind of open the doors to your label, and this easy way to go in the ether, this kind of music. I think I'm very happy because of this, and I wanted also to tell to talents they are also must to think about this. And one more advice, because we started to speak far away about DJing and this kind of profession. I want to tell to talents, because I have this lucky to saw and listen Pavel when he played the music. I tell to everybody, 1 meter from the decks and look in the mixet what he is doing. This creation in mixing and these tracks who are totally different, like it's the same like producer make the tracks, but he make it richer. So these skills that you have is also very important, also very good thing, and I always tell to talents to watch, because this kind of demonstration they can learn a lot. So my advice, 2 meters from the decks and watch in his fingers. That's my advice.
Thank you for that. Just I'm bringing you back quickly about the mixing and watching. I was observing sets of one of the best technical DJs back in the days. I don't know if you ever heard of Richie Houghton, Iwario Alicante, Joseph Capriati. They're technically really good DJs. You know, they know what they're doing. You know, it doesn't matter if they play on sync with laptop or CDJs. They can play vinyls. You know, they can play whatever they want. They're fucking great. So I watch them how they play with the loops. You know, they're going 4, 5, 6 channels sometimes. You know, up. You got on the one channel they cut like low frequency and mid frequency, but on the next channel it's a little bit more up, and they cut the highs, but the lows are there, but not the full lows with the filter, and they create certain times certain type of groove, and that groove is always there. They use effects, you know, they change the arrangement of every track, you know, and I watched that and I was like, wow, these guys are doing art, you know, it's not just DJ mix. So this is how I tried. Of course, my mixing skills are not like theirs, unfortunately. But I'm trying to be also balanced in this thing. I'm trying to play on four CDJs all the time. I don't use a sync. Sometimes I use sync when the sound on the DJ booth is not good enough. And I have to struggle, you know, to hear and to mix down and my headphones and shit. So fuck it, just I'm gonna use sync. You know, it's too much effort for nothing. So I'm trying to use one of the players as a groove. You know, I loop something, I add some reverb on it only on this channel, or I play with some white noise on the other channel so I can make more tension. You know, making that transition. The other two decks are just mixing one track with another. That mixing is also the most important part. It's the meat of the every mix, because when the bass hits, it's not necessary to be on the arrangement which producer creates. You know, it's you can loop it and just watch everyone in the eyes, you know, and say, "Oh, I got you now. I got it. It's right here. I'm gonna surprise you." So, bam, you know, it's there. So this is how you play with the crowd. This is how you play with your mix, and this is how, most importantly, create your unique style of mixing and your DJ set. Just Nikolai wanted to say something. Then you.
Thing is, nobody answered the question to the guy in the corner. In order for you to get an answer, what kind of DJ do you want to become? Yes, you asked about more bookings. Can you give him the microphone, please? Nope.
Oh, brava.
Yes.
I want to be a DJ in a quality DJs, to be in the club, to be someday at the festival. I want to produce the minimal tech house. I think that's a quality music, and I want to play in the clubs. Yeah.
Okay, so there is two options ahead of you. If you want to do it just for the shows,
sorry, but I think also the clubbing in the Serbia is not on the level as it should be, like in Amsterdam or something. We have some clubs that are good, but not that much, and that's the problem.
I think everyone has this problem because I know people from Amsterdam that will tell you that the scene in Amsterdam is shit. I know people from Germany that will tell you the same thing. So it's, if you're part of it, you will always find something bad. If you want to do it just for the shows and you want to play, it's easy. You find what's currently trending in your country and you just go for it and you push yourself. If you want to do it the other way around, you gotta lose the mentality that a manager and agent will help you. A manager and agent won't be able to do shit if you're not ready to sell product, as we say in that business. So a lot of people think, okay, a manager will solve all of my problems and he will put me on the big stages. Yes, they can do that, but if they have something to work with already, it's the same as with bookings. We can promote someone and make him huge in a certain market, but if there is something we can do or catch for marketing and do something there, your easiest way to do it is networking. In this industry, networking is everything, and you need to be there. You need to show people that you're part of the industry. Doesn't matter if, like, with me, I go to a lot of like festivals, not because I want to listen to DJs, not because I want to meet the organizers, which I know for years, but I know that important people from the industry will be there and they will see me there. So they get an understanding of you, okay, this guy's everywhere. So I'm no longer like a guy that works for Bulgaria. I'm part of the music industry worldwide. And you need to change the perception of people about you in this industry. And you can do it only if you're present. You need to be there. If you want to play in clubs in Serbia, you need to identify which clubs you want to go and just be there, be part of it, ask for opportunities, push yourself. And this is basically how you can get to the point where you want to be the easiest way.
I think also problem is also in perception. Everybody in this crowd, not everybody, but I'm not like that everybody thinking only about gigs. Come on. First quality, first learn, first this kind of order, and after that we can spoke about gigs. Gigs are...
Oh, yeah. I will tell you something which we combine his answer, your question and everything, and I will get back to it again and again. Ko o čemu ja o community-u. So, guys, this is the shortcut here. Just imagine that I'm not the owner of the Kult Club and I don't know anything about the Kult talents. We booked Zariano tonight, and at 11 p.m., 100 of you shows up at his gig, pay the tickets, buy the drink, whatever. As a booking manager, I will book him again. I will give him more money, and his career, of course, quality first. But this is the thing that you, it's a big shortcut for your career. For the more gigs, the people will book you again and again if you have people in the crowd that shows there because of you. And you have that here. We have full club here. Just look around you. Use that. Okay.
The thing he said, it's very valid, but I've seen it with a lot of like residents that we worked with, and at some point when they start playing for us, they bring in like 70, 80 people of their friends because they're so hyped they're playing for Exe. But this starts to go down because they come one time, second time, third time, and then it becomes like something that happens so often. So this is where you need to jump in again and bring another value to the table, because the first value was, okay, I'll bring in my friends, which is good for the club owners. But then once this dies out, and it will die out because they won't come every week to your shows at some point, you need to think about what value can I add on top of what I'm currently doing for the guys. So in the end, you're basically chasing value. And once one thing dries out, you need to put something else on the table. And if you manage to keep up with the whole thing, this is where you get success. It's all about value.
Hello, guys. My question is, Pioneer mixer or Allen and Heath, and why?
Before a couple of years, Allen and Heath, 96, because I had two Boss pedals and a couple of other external things, and I was enjoying the zone, and it's better mixing for me. It's more simple. The filters are great. It's great. I don't know. There's something about the sound. I love how it sounds. But now the Pioneer V10, not any other Pioneer, I don't care. Just the V10. For me, it's the most balanced mixer ever because it has a good sound, great sound. Fuck it, it's amazing, and it has the bus, couple of them, and couple of more new effects and new way of mixing, and it has 6 channels. You can do whatever you want, and it's great. Well, guys here in the front, maybe we can get.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank you for coming and sharing my knowledge, even though it's also business related. I have a question for both of you, but I think, Nicola, you will answer it first. So, after careful consideration, I come to the conclusion that it's a war between commercial and underground scene. So in order to underground DJs get more discovered and noticed, we need to commercialize them, right? So my question is how we can do that while preserving unique underground essence. Is it possible even? And do you have any tips how we can maintain that?
I would start with losing the term underground because electronic music, and we touched this point a lot during this session, electronic music is no longer underground. It's newcomers versus established artists. I don't think that big artists have lost their essence. They just managed to stick out of the rest of the people at their time. So I think the first step that you should do if you're wondering what to do is to lose the mentality that you're underground. You're not. And you won't be underground until this whole world dies and another humanity comes and music starts again or something. But we're very far from the underground. So once you start losing that mindset, that there is the underground and then there is the commercial thing, you're all fighting to be in the spots of those people. And I wouldn't call them necessarily commercial. It's commercial music, of course, but there is a lot of great artists. So commercial for me, kind of music. Why? Because a lot of people know them. And commercial is not a bad word. This is also one very important lesson. Commercial does not equal bad. But then there's artists like Adam 10. They're not on the level of kind of music. They don't have that much Spotify listeners and so on, but they still perform like good music and cool stuff. Also with PAVEL, he's a good example of that. So lose that mentality and just try to find your position in the whole scene. Once you manage to establish a vision and start working on that vision, this is where things will start to happen. War is sometimes good. Where's the other microphone? Okay, you have a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Two, if I can.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
€5 for the second.
After.
Okay.
Okay. First one, it's about the mixing, because I have a thought like, okay, it's not, I'm not original, but that technology is going up and up and up, and I think that the younger DJ is getting too much reliable on the display. Because I remember when I started doing, and I have only access to some bars or clubs, there were like 2,000 Nexus, and they're like a video game. Okay, they're 300, but like with the waveform and everything, I was like always looking and looking and looking. But when I bought the 350, they don't have anything, only the name of the track. That was the time when I started to listen. the music and the mix. So what can you say to younger DJs that are getting too much reliable on a display and that what he's saying on the BPM, because it's lying. The display isn't always telling the truth.
Honest answer, I don't fucking care, and nobody should care. When I started getting into music, we had like those players with CDs and stuff like this. Back after that, when we got like the displays on them, we used like cigarette boxes to cover like the BPMs so we can listen to it. At some point, I understood that for some like purists in the scene, this may be cheating, but I don't consider it like this. And a lot of like professionals in the industry will tell you the same thing. Just use that display to the maximum. I mean, you have hot cues, you have beat jumps, you have something that he showed me recently I wasn't aware of, that you can map a hot cue that automatically starts a loop on the new CDJs. I didn't know this shit even existed. So my advice would be utilize the display. I know what you mean, like you need to hear stuff. I think a lot of people that go into this profession or hobby or however you want to treat it, they will at some point for sure start listening to stuff and won't rely on the displays. I know there is a lot of young DJs, you see them on their first shows, they're only looking at the displays, and that's a normal part. Technology has evolved, so have the people around it, and you gotta adapt. But I know where you're coming from, and I understand why the question comes up, but nowadays it shouldn't be a problem. Wanna add?
Sorry. Plus, I think he got a second question before that. I don't do lessons because I don't have time, and everything is in YouTube nowadays, so you don't need me. But there was one guy I tried to teach because I saw something in him. It was a mistake. But when I try to teach him, because I teach him in Exe Club Sofia, and everything is there, you know. So on the 3000s, I put paper so he cannot see anything. He was like, "How am I gonna mix?" I'm like, "Yeah, how the fuck are you going to mix?" And he started mixing, and it was a disaster. But after the first hour, he started feeling it, because in the other time when you see, you're thinking. You know, it's a big difference between these things. And in my opinion, when you start and when you train, like you go to a gym, and when you study, when you go to university or whatever, then you're gaining that internal power of knowledge. When you don't think about this knowledge, if you follow, you know, you don't think, it's there. It's like pressing a button on the keyboard. It just does the job, you know, but you don't think about it. But when you watch the display, I see DJs, and when I observe a DJ how it mix, and if he's like, you know, watching and watching and watching, if it's not dark, and I know he's got a lot to learn, you know, which is normal. I was there. I still know, still sometimes it's dark and I don't see things. So I'm like, yeah, I need to know where I'm going. But it's best if you practice without seeing the BPMs and all these options. And these other options, which Nikolai told you need to use the display, yes, but that's level 2. First, without vision.
Thank you, and I will be fast. It's about the tracks. What do you think about deleting tracks and getting space for more? Because in my case, the time when I deleted like 1,000 and more tracks, it was the time I got to the air. I could breathe. I was like, okay, I found my sound. I knew what I want. I don't need those tracks anymore, but some of them were great, but not my style anymore. So I sent it to some of my friends. They're also playing music, because it was wasted to just delete them. But do you think it's important to delete tracks and getting space for others?
I I never deleted a track. I'm collecting them in hard drives. You know, I got all my tracks from the very beginning. Very shitty tracks, bro. Crazy bad tracks. But I still keep them because all of them are reminding me of something and maybe inspired me or something. Maybe some of them, if I listen to them, I'll be like, fuck, that's great. You know, nowadays, because times are changed, you know, times are changing. But if you ask about being hygienic on your playlists, yeah, you have to be brave. I'm still learning on that. It's like collecting useless stuff in your apartment, you know. Sometimes you got to throw it to the garbage. So it's the same with the tracks. You need to be brave and just proceed forward. But don't delay them. Just, sorry. Just keep them in hard drives or something. But that's your third question. Come on, man. Yeah, sorry. I don't think we have much time. Maybe like
I have a
55 minutes or
practical
something.
question.
So let's try to be more blitz. I'll try to be quicker. You too, and so we can go to the production part. How many of you are interested of production, by the way? Shit, my ass. Okay, let's go.
So I
Go
have
for
a
it.
practical question from the practical aspect of DJing and producing. What, let's say, weekly routine do you recommend to reach professionalism as a DJ and as a producer, and how to avoid misleading path to reach your unique sound and unique name?
Hard question. I'm still learning because you know, humans are learning by the end of their lives if they're smart. If they are not, they're like regular Bulgarians. They're the best people. They know everything and they're super smart and funny and beautiful, but they're not, you know. But I'm not sure if I can answer that, but it's like going to a gym. It's like a training. You need to make your own routine or how you feel comfortable with it. Because if you push too much, like I do sometimes with myself, I push too much myself, and in the end, I feel like super exhausted, and I need maybe 2 days or 3 days spending time without doing anything, which never happened because works never stops. You know, it's keep coming, and then it's loading. Maybe you need people are different. Everyone needs to find his own balance. So that's the answer of the question. But it's like going to a gym. You need to train production, train DJing, and maybe pay attention on your. I don't think mental health is the right. No, it's not. Yeah, mental health is important, of course, but you need to pay attention on your brain power, let's say. You know, you need to upgrade constantly. You need to start believing yourself in the things you love and things you do, you know. Maybe confusing. Sorry, he was before you. Before I saw you. He was first. Then you. Yeah, you. Yeah. You got a mic? Okay, fuck it. Go for it, man.
Peter. You need a mic.
You need a mic, yeah.
Okay, I have one question before that. Sorry. Prof said that.
Oh, we're having a conflict here.
Sorry. So basically my question is, because we are coming from Serbia and you guys from Bulgaria, what was the breaking point to global scene? Was it soundtrack or what made you here?
It's going to be Blitz, so I'll be fast.
Okay.
Ayahuasca. It's my first track, which gained like 10 million views in YouTube, just for no reason, no advertising, nothing. Maybe it's because the name it's matching the character of the track, and basically it gave me the first tour in South America. You know, Chile, Argentina, and a couple of more countries, and in India and Asia, and some countries in Europe. 10 millions back in the days was a lot. So that's the track which kicked my ass. But after that, there was a down, and I had to start working again and again. I didn't realize what's actually going on. Some couple of requests came, and That's it. But you need to constantly work. Especially now, there's no hits like back in the days. You need to create hits every day because there's a lot of good producers and great producers, which some of them are copy pasting, some of them are original. And as I said, competition is huge. So you need to be, wow, it's so hard.
Another one. When you released the ayahuasca, was it
10
easier
years
to?
ago.
Yes, I know. When, was it easier to produce music after that, or it was harder for you because you felt the pressure of?
No, it was easy because I had less knowledge, but more feeling. And that's a good question, by the way. You need to trust more on your intuition and your feelings. Not, you need to balance everything, but your intuition is very important in the whole process.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So just want to say.
Yeah, after that. No.
Okay, first my apologies for not introducing myself.
It's a blitz. Come on, bro. Go,
Okay.
go.
What's the best single piece of advice you received in your career?
The best piece of advice?
Yeah.
It's actually before my DJ career, but it's advice of my life. You never wait. How to translate it in English? You never know from which hole is the rabbit is going to jump. Does it make sense?
In a way.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it in Bulgarian. Никога не знаеш от коя дупка ще изкочи зайка. Now? Yeah? You не знае от коя дупка ще изкочи заек.
Okay, so like when you're closing your set, how do you usually do it, and how many tracks do you pick? And I suppose that it's a big part of it of where are you closing it? Like, is it an international festival? Is it Exe? Is it your own club that you're playing a lot of times? So, like, when is that breaking point? Let's say you're having a 1 hour set or a 2 hour set and you're the last one. So when is the breaking point when you start like going down? And is it like your own tracks or some commercial tracks that everybody knows? So how do you do it? What's your style?
As always, it's gotta be the tracks who gives me goosebumps, you know, and it makes me feel great and track I like and I always wanted to play. So it's not like I have a folder in my playlist, in my record box and my flash. It's called closing tracks or opening tracks or whatever it is. I don't remember the right name, but I got like every track works there. So there's no wrong choice. So make that, select it, put it there, and be sure about it.
Yeah, sorry, I have one more. I'll be quick. And also about the BPM of the tracks. So, do you like have your own rule, or how many of them are you going up when you're starting to rise the BPM, or is it like, there is some limit when when a track doesn't sound good as it should be. So like, is it 3 BPMs? Can it go to 5, above 5?
No, there's no rule. In my opinion, but when you're using the master tempo, okay, but when you use the master tempo, the track is getting squeezed, you know, and the sound, it's like, yeah, the sound is changed in a bad way. So yeah, you can keep the tonality of the track, but this track, it doesn't matter if it's WAV for MP3 or A for FLAC or whatever you're using. The quality is going down. That's why I'm trying not to use. But if there is a track I really want to play and it's it's a low BPM or blah blah blah, yeah, you can make a compromise. It's not a big deal.
Okay, I will stop it.
Sorry,
now.
we have to. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have to stop the question. I just realized that we actually have half of an hour because we have to move all these chairs and to open the club at 11. So
just
let's
one
do
more
the
thing,
production. Let's do the production thing and. Yeah, and good news.
So before Pavel moves on to production, we had a DJ competition going on, and we received some sets. We really want to host a talent review to come to Sofia and play at Exe. So we have chosen a winner. Pavel has also some other favorites that he wants to like congratulate. He will say who the winner is, but basically what he will get a show with us during 2026. It's still unspecified what club it will be, festival, blah blah blah. So we'll get onto that at some point during next year, but the show will happen with all expenses covered, like DJ fee, flights, grounds, hotels, dinners, everything you might ever need. Before we move on to that, we have our winter festival happening in December. So it's on the 19th and 20th of December, the weekend before Christmas. It's the biggest arena in Sofia, or in Bulgaria actually. It holds up to 8,000 people. So we're gonna do on the first day Klangkünstler, Funk Tribute, and VTSS. On the second day it's Adam Beyer and Marco Carola. So everyone who is here today and everyone who is part of the group is invited to the show. If you want to come, just send your email and two names to him, and he will forward me the whole list, and I will send you free passes. If you want to come to Bulgaria, check out the scene, see what we do, you're all invited, and we will be happy to host it.
First of all, thanks to everyone who sent the sets. A lot of sets, a lot of work for me. Thanks. Because he said, can you do me a favor and listen to everything? I was like, sure. So I was listening to everything. It was a hard task because I was really curious how are you guys going to do. Comparing your sets to my sets in the beginning, bro, I suck. I mean, I'm not saying it like that. I suck. If you hear my sets back in the days, oh my god. So because we don't have more time, I will start directly with the winner. It's one winner anyway. But I also picked three other winners just for they're gonna receive a small necklace. Exe necklace, and it's just a gesture, so I think they deserve also to be there. But the winner is one. It's called Lafro. Where's Lafro? There's no Lafro here? Oh, come here, man. While he was walking around here, I will explain my reasons. There's not too many reasons. Hi, man. Congratulations. Nice to meet you, Pavel. That's Afro, make some noise. That's also another one for you. It's free for me, you know. So he's coming to play most probably at the after party of Euro, but we'll see, to be discussed which exactly event, because we need to have another set for you. So in order to know 100%, because for us it's very important how to build our nights, and there's gonna be a night, but we need to pick the right one for you. So yeah, that's it. Congratulations. In Sofia, you will receive a lot more presents from our merchandise and stuff, but we had no place to our luggage, so next time. Yeah. So the other three winners, they're in, they win in different styles or whatever I text it for.
I want to see you pronounce the first name.
Okay, for best underground set, by underground mean different set, like super different music, which it's not necessarily likable, but you need to have some balls to do it. It's called Zgonia. Hi, man.
Thank you very much. That's a big compliment for me. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you like it.
Some more stuff.
The next one is for best selection. For me, it as a tip, if I can afford that, of course. Don't take it very personally. It's just a DJ tip. Great selection. You can work a little bit more on the mixing. It's good mixing, but you need to work a little bit more. But it was definitely one of the best mixes ever from all the sets. So it's Kaczynski. But really great selection. That's very disrespectful to us.
I tried my best. Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot.
And of course, for best indie sets, which was very important for me. I was hoping the indie set to be winner, but it's the same advice. Good selection. Mixing needs to be improved for sure. So it wasn't a bad mixing. It just needs to be improved. So the name is Tamara Pesic. Ah. You did a great techno set. Yeah, but that's his specialty. So if he was listening to the set, you would be a winner, but not my cup of tea. Sorry. His fault. Production. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off the stage. Was a pleasure meeting all of you. You're on a good path with good teachers. Keep on what you're doing and just don't break yourself over the no's that you're gonna hear in the coming months or years because you're gonna hear a lot of no's. Just continue pushing forward and it will happen at some time. We're also here for his set, so if you want to have a few drinks and party, we're here.